solve today's, the timeless problems. Where's the submarine? Where's the surface ship? Where's the bad guys, new thing or whatever? And I think having AI technology is, that's going to be it's already a game changer. But I think once whoever side gets to it first, to use AI the correct, in a better way to reduce the amount of time that human has to make a decision. Or you could even go as far as saying maybe AI, makes the decision. Ooh, that's a good one. I think Jack Carr just released a book in May that, provides a hypothetical situation like that. I think it's what was it, Red something
It's
morning?
red. I think it's Red Dragon something, isn't
Or
it?
yeah, it's a great book. I listened to the audiobook when I was hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, and that really brings to mind like, wow, you want to talk about which way AI could go. That's a pretty radical direction. It's completely fictitious, of course, and Jack Carr talks about it in his book. But yeah, I see a lot more. I think submarines stay underwater longer. I think, the stealth of the submarine will always be a valid platform and viable platform. I think how it's employed will probably change in the next couple decades just because of the nature of technology. And I think bringing in AI, new weapon systems, autonomous vehicles, I see us as an industry shifting more away from shore.
And this is because you brought it up. You had the opportunity, or by chance, you ran into a Delta Force officer by the name of Todd Opalski, who the viewers
Yeah.
know because he's been on this show,
Yeah.
while hiking the Pacific Northwest Trail. So, what happens when a Navy submarine commander runs into a Delta Force officer hiking a trail?
Yeah, so Team Blue Green, that started. I ran into Todd, Lolly Lake, Oregon, of all things, and I was hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, and so yeah, Todd and I hit it off pretty quickly. I think we recognized it's, I think veterans just have a vibe about them, and we can recognize each other from a mile away. I think within 30 seconds of us introducing ourselves and talking to each other, we realized very quickly that we're veterans, and we just got to talking. We hit it off, and you know, just just a good banter. The typical sailor marine dynamic is there. It's just giving each other shit every day, and just good sense of humor, and we operate very similarly from a mindset perspective. When we say we're going to leave camp at 0500, we're out of there, typically before 0500 every day. We're never late. We expect each other to be accountable for ourselves. So our mindsets are the same. We had similar goals to complete the trail. We hiked similar miles every day. Our goal was at least 25 miles every day, and so we had a great time. And just a lot of it is just talking shit. I mean, sailors and Marines are just that's a combination. So we always, Todd and I always used to joke, America and Team Blue Green. And if you get Todd back on, ask him about the crayons I got him. Brand new set of crayons. We pulled in. We were stopped for a couple days, so we went down for trail days, and I happened to be at a restaurant, and they had a basket full of kids stuff, and I saw these packet of crayons. I'm like, oh, fucking grabbed one of the packets of crayons and threw it in his backpack, and it's like, have fun, Todd. He found them. He's like, for and he, good on him. He carried those all the way to the border. So, it was good. That's just an example, and he gave, you can ask him. He gave me a bunch of grief too. It was good times.
Todd's a hilarious dude. I think he's living down in
Yeah,
Costa Rica,
he
and
is.
I loved interviewing him. It was one of the
Yeah,
funnier, all over the place interviews.
yeah,
Explain the photo of you and Todd with the flag. So is that the
yeah.
final point of the trail?
It is. So we were at the Canadian border. So, one thing we decided to do was some point between where we first met and at the end. Once we realized, we're kind of like the two old guys from the Muppet Show, Statler and Waldorf, hanging out on the balcony, just talking shit about ourselves and then making fun of everyone else around us. We decided that, hey, we're Team Blue Green. We're gonna get an American flag. So Todd, at one of the places we stopped, found an American flag. And we made it a point that, when we got to the end, we were going to take a picture, both of us there holding the American flag. And, to show solidarity for veterans and also, the fact that we both honorably served our country and we're proud of our country. And, and and that's something that, is undeniable for both of us, and we have a very strong ties to that. And so we made it a point to do that. So that was pretty cool. It was a pretty cold. It was snowing that day. It was like snow, hail, rain. It was pretty shitty, but what a great way to end. And
How
yeah, so that's the genesis behind that picture.
how many days did it take you to complete the trail?
Yeah, so I took the leisurely option. It took me like 159 days, something like that. I took like of those 159, I took 30 of them off the trail. We call them 0 days. I hiked 0 miles for 30 days because one of my goals on the trail was not only hike it, but if I stopped somewhere for a resupply and I liked it or I'd never been there before, like Bend, Oregon, I was going to take a day off. I was going to be a tourist. And so I did that. And so there were a lot of places I'd never been to along the Pacific Crest Trail between Mexico and Canada. So I just took time off. There was one day, I think the longest I took was like 4 days, 4 days, 5 days. I had to heal. I had tweaked basically my right foot. And there was no way I was going to continue on unless I let it heal for a little bit. So I had to take a couple days off in, South Lake Tahoe. That's tough, you know, and it was a good time. But yeah, other than that, yeah, 159 days, about, just under 130 days of actual walking.
And you've got all your gear like a tent and your everything with you just in a big bag on your back.
Yeah, you carry everything on your back, That's the fun part about this. When you do a long distance hike, your life becomes pretty simple. It's food, water, distance, and shelter, the big four. And that's every day. And all your worldly possessions you carry. And so when you start making purchase decisions, the prospect of carrying all that crap on your back really starts weighing on you. And the hike taught me some very valuable lessons about what's important in life, and the material things don't matter, it's the people. And the other big thing I achieved was I pretty much deprogrammed from the Navy. In fact, talking to you is today is probably the first time in quite some time I've actually had a detailed discussion about my prior occupation. So I was mission successful and deprogrammed into civilian life. Grew out beard, and this is actually shaved down for this, but yeah, I was looking pretty grizzly, and yeah, lost a lot of weight. It was a good time.
Well, Rob, I am so happy you agreed to do this. This has been enlightening. And I do have to give a shout out to Todd because if Todd had not
Yeah,
emailed me, and I didn't find that email until like a month later, going
yeah,
looking for something completely unrelated to it, I'm glad he did because
yeah,
it's just been an awesome interview. It's a really nice change of pace. The
yeah,
audience has learned something completely new.
yeah.
So, Rob, if you want to, can you tell anyone where they could find you if they're interested in following you along with what you do?
Yeah, so I chronicle my hiking stories and outdoor stuff on Instagram. So at bubblehead_hikes, and it's also a channel on YouTube. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm partially retired, enjoying time. Um, but yeah, in all seriousness, to your viewers, if you're looking for you know, um, unconventional leadership advice, and you want to learn a little more about how to manage crises and how to handle things and get things done through people, hit me up on Instagram and just message me, and happy to talk to you. Because there's a lot of good things I learned in my career that may be helpful to you.